Welcome to Transit Short Takes, a series of training notes for transit professionals. Short Takes is presented by the statewide Transit Technical Assistance and Training Program and is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. I am your host, Juan Battle. Today's topic of Transit Short Takes is distracted driving. The primary responsibility of the driver is to operate a motor vehicle safely, which requires full attention and focus. Drivers should resist engaging in any activity that takes their eyes and attention off the road. In some circumstances, even a second or two can make all the difference in a driver being able to avoid a crash. Anything that takes your attention away from driving can become a dangerous distraction. Sending a text, talking on a cell phone, using a navigation system, even eating while driving. Distracted driving is driver inattention. Distractions are shown to compromise the safety of the driver, passengers, pedestrians, and people in other vehicles. Distractions behind the wheel increase your odds of being involved in a crash, and that can prove to be deadly. According to the National Safety Council, you're 3 times more likely to crash if you're reading, 8.8 times more likely to crash if you're reaching for a moving object, 8.8 times more likely to crash if you turn around in your seat, 4 times more likely to crash if you're talking on a cell phone, and 8.23 times more likely to crash if you are texting. There are 4 types of distracted driving: cognitive, visual, manual, and auditory. Many distractions include one or more of these types of distractions. Cell phone calls and texting involves all 4 types of distraction. The human brain cannot focus on 2 things at the same time. Cognitive distractions, such as emotional stress, talking to a passenger, or using your cell phone, can slow your driving reaction time. Your brain switches back and forth between the two, which prevents you from giving your full attention to driving. Did you know you can miss up to 50% of your driving environment when talking on your cell phone, even if it is a hands-free device? Looking at anything other than the road is a visual distraction, and visual distraction while driving, whether intended or not, can interfere with recognition, perception, and other cognitive behaviors. Texting while driving causes a 400% increase in time spent with the eyes off the road. On average, answering a text takes your attention for 5 seconds, and handling your business while sitting at the red light isn't safe either. You will remain distracted for up to 27 seconds after refocusing to resume driving. Manual distraction is when a driver takes one or both hands off the wheel. I'm sure we have all done it at one time or another. Changing the radio station, eating and drinking, grooming in the rearview mirror, reaching for an object that has fallen on the floor, and yes, texting. As simple as these things sound, they are all distractions from where our attention and our eyes need to be, on the road. Have you ever sang or danced in the car? Do you change the channel, turn up or down the volume, or select another CD? Noises and sounds inside the car can distract you. For example, if your engine is making a weird noise, it gets your attention. Your full attention is not on driving. If the GPS keeps telling you to make a U-turn because you've missed your destination, your attention is not on driving. If your baby is crying or the kids are fighting in the back seat, the noise can divert your attention. If an argument is going on with a passenger, you are distracted. And auditory distractions are often combined with cognitive and visual distractions. The top 10 distractions in fatal crashes include daydreaming, cell phone use, outside persons and objects, other occupants, using or reaching for a device brought into the vehicle, adjusting the audio and climate controls, eating and drinking, using other devices or controls integral to the vehicle, and moving objects in the vehicle. The numbers and statistics are staggering. At any given time, an estimated 660,000 drivers are using their cell phones while behind the wheel. 1.6 million crashes each year are linked to cell phone use while driving. Every day, at least 9 people are killed and over 1,000 people are injured due to a distracted driver. 25% of car accidents are caused by texting while driving, and texting while driving is 6 times more likely to cause a crash than drunk driving. Tips provided by the National Safety Council to help mitigate distracting driving include: don't use cell phones, handheld or hands-free while driving. Never use text messaging, email functions, video games, or the internet with a wireless device, including those built into the vehicle. If you are drowsy, pull off the road. Eat or drink before getting on the road. Finish your personal grooming and dressing at home. Address the seats, mirrors, climate control, and sound systems before leaving. Pull over if adjustments are needed. Secure persons before you get underway. If they need your attention, pull off the road safely before caring for them. Secure any loose items so that you are not tempted to reach for them if they roll around. And save serious conversations for a different time. The Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles is partnering with the Florida Department of Transportation and law enforcement to educate Floridians to the new distracted driving law with the Put It Down, Focus on Driving campaign. This allows law enforcement to stop motor vehicles and issue citations to motorists that are texting and driving. This law has proven to reduce driving deaths at least 12% since implemented, which is the largest percentage decrease in 10 years. To assist Florida's public transit agencies with the Florida Department of Transportation required training relevant to distracted driving, a training course was developed in cooperation with the Florida Department of Transportation and the U.S. DOT Transportation Safety Institute. The training was produced by the USF Center for Urban Transportation Research. Refresher driver training is always a good idea, even for experienced drivers, and especially post-incident. It can help drivers re-examine their driving habits and attitudes and makes the right decisions to prevent collisions in the future. Florida's transit systems may use this computer-based training to train their operators and other key staff on Florida and agency rules, policies, and restrictions on the use of wireless technologies while operating a public transit vehicle. This training is available free of charge to Florida's transit professionals anytime, anywhere. Under the direction of the Florida Department of Transportation, the statewide Transit Technical Assistance and Training Program stands ready to assist our districts and public transit agencies with technical assistance and/or training needs. If you have questions about transit technical assistance or training at your agency, please reach out to me at battle1@usf.edu or visit our website at www.ftson.org for complete computer-based training on defensive driving. A certificate from the Florida Department of Transportation will be issued to you upon successful completion of training. Transit Short Takes was brought to you by the statewide Transit Technical Assistance and Training Program at the USF Center for Urban Transportation Research and is funded by the Florida Department of Transportation, Office of Freight, Logistics, and Passenger Operations. This has been a Transit Short Take presentation.